Hey there, Garage Squad. This is Wendy from Midwestern town of St. Louis, Missouri, and I have a great story to tell you. Keegan, my 16-year-old, was born in 2004, and him and his grandpa, his Papa Rich, they were an inseparable pair. His grandpa had this 1992 F-150 truck, and they called it Blue Thunder, and Keegan really loved monster trucks, and they would go see Monster Jam when it came to St. Louis, and we have pictures of Keegan sitting on Papa's lap, and Papa's truck was called Blue Thunder, and it's this blue Ford F-150 that Papa Rich, who was a police officer, he's really proud of his country and loved, you know, loved the blue, back the blue, and Keegan inherited that spirit and has grown into a young teen like this. Keegan's a picture of an American boy that loves his country and wants to fight for what is right. He grew up riding in this Blue Thunder truck, and he has fond memories and going and eating McDonald's with his Papa, but his Papa in 2008 passed away. And it was so sad because Keegan and Papa were inseparable. It was Keegan's best friend. Keegan's dad ended up with Blue Thunder for a while, and eventually in 2015 he sold it to someone as an extra car because they didn't need it. You know, Keegan just turned 16 back in November, and he really wanted a truck, but my husband and I, we bought him a car for his first ride because, you know, just trying to figure it out, right? But he still wanted a truck, and he was always thinking about Blue Thunder. In March of this year, 2021, Keegan started to see if he could find Papa Rich's Blue Thunder. He talked to his dad, and he asked his dad if he knew who he had sold Blue Thunder back in 2015, if he still had the number. And he called the kid guy, and he'd already sold it to someone else, but Keegan kept backtracking until finally he found the guy that had it. It was pretty amazing. And Keegan called him and talked to him. Keegan told me, you know, before we left to go look at it, he said, I hope it still has Papa's smell. He could still remember it. I told Keegan, I'm like, you know, you got to be careful because, you know, it might not be how we remember it to be. When we got to the property, Keegan's face lit up. You could have seen the moon through his eyes. It was so big, and the pictures and just the joy to see Papa's truck. He found it. The truck was still running and had some issues, and Keegan also purchased the truck with money from my dad, who had passed away before he was around, that was put away for him, and he was a fireman. So Keegan now has the history of both Papas in this truck. One Papa that owned it, and the other Papa, you know, that bought it for him. The truck's leaking oil and antifreeze. It has a hole in the front gas tank, and the steering doesn't work, the radio doesn't work, which what 16-year-old can't stand, you know, even if it's the old style radios. The steering is questionable, and there's some rust on the body, and we don't know what else is going to come up. It does run. It's a positive, but it needs a lot of love, and we just found out this week that it didn't pass our state inspection, so he can't even drive it daily and have those enjoyable memories. We just want it to be a safe daily driver for this kiddo. And let me tell you what, he's loved older cars and things like that for ages. And him and my husband, Chris, they love to go and look at cars. And we have a guy up the street that has a Model A, and we just have a good time. And Keegan is the kid that is going to get in here and help you. He wants to learn how to work on cars and to bring it back in life. He always is looking at him, and he wants to learn, and he'll work with you. He's going to be right there doing what needs to be done. He's also looking into going to law enforcement, like his Papa Rich or the Marines, and he was accepted into this law enforcement program for high school kids. I mean, please help him fix this truck so he has this truck before he goes to serve in our community. Keegan's a sophomore. He'll be graduating in 2 years. And I really want him to have this pride before, in today's world where we don't always have people that want to stand up for the little man. And my son really, really wants to. So come on, Garage Squad. Come on down to St. Louis. We'd hope that you can help us out because it's really important to us to help my son.